What a day for college football. Oh my goodness. This is our instant reaction. It's 11:53 on the East Coast right now. We're both a little tired. And this is hot takes and game breaks. How's it going, Taylor?
Man, I don't know how we're sitting here at almost midnight, but we
hmm
made it. Had a
We
lot of
made
good
it.
football games today, and yeah, let's talk about them, dude.
The day started with Bryce Underwood and the Michigan Wolverines scoring, what was that? 60, what did they score?
63. I think
63.
we had our quarterback had like 300 yards. I don't know if I've seen a Michigan quarterback get 300 yards in a very long time. So
Yeah, probably
that was
not since.
definitely good to see.
Definitely reminiscent of Denard Robinson and Devin Gardner. But the day started with Michigan scoring 63 and ended with an instant classic. Texas A&M narrowly defeating Notre Dame by 1 point, 41 to 40. What a day.
Yeah, dude. I thought it was pretty fitting that Tyler Buckner, former Notre Dame quarterback, is the one who ruined that game for him. But yeah, I mean Notre Dame, I mean Jeremiah Love, they finally fed him, and I mean their offense put up 40 points, so they definitely got to do a lot more of that going forward. But yeah, shout out to Marcell Reed, what a game.
What a game. And yeah, maybe Butker has to go back to playing lacrosse because I don't know if he could show his face in Notre Dame Stadium after that one. He had one job, that's hold the ball, and he blew it.
Yeah, I figured he could have made a play or something. I mean that guy's a running quarterback. I'm surprised he just, I mean, just threw it like as soon as he could. But
Yeah.
oh well.
What's crazy is he actually had a tight end open and just barely overthrew him. But the story of the day was Marcell Reed. In that hostile environment, can fourth down, lobbed it to his tight end. Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, man coverage with the linebacker on the tight end with the game on the line, and they caught a timeout before that, so that's what they drew up, and I'm not a fan of that one. At least, I mean, in my opinion, I mean, if you're it's a fourth and goal from the 10-yard line, put four D linemen and seven DBs out there. Nah, you don't need linebackers out there trying to cover people with the game on the line, and especially in a game like this.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was wild. And Notre Dame falls to 0 and 2. Where do you rank Notre Dame? I mean, I feel like they were in both of these matchups and they just had probably the toughest schedule to open the season. How does a committee, or not the committee, the AP poll rank Notre Dame?
Yeah, I would say that they're probably still in the top 15. I would say. I mean A&M's definitely can move into the top 10 probably. But yeah, I mean Miami, Florida, we're gonna talk about them later, but I mean that's a really good football team too. And I
hmm
mean they're the best 0-2 team in college football. I know that for sure.
I know. Their schedule, like they still have a schedule that can get them in the playoffs, I think. It's just there's no room for error, and they really don't have any resume building opportunities. I don't know if USC is that great. I Boise State's obviously not that great right now. It's they're gonna be on thin ice.
Yeah, they're gonna have to win out, and they're gonna need A&M and M and Miami, Florida to be good, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, they're gonna need to win impressively too in their
Yeah.
games. It's a steep hill for Notre Dame to climb. I I have faith that they can do it. It's just they played two instant classics to start the year. Probably the two of the better football games we've had to start the year.
Yeah. And before we move on from this game, I will say plus 6.5 on A&M. I'll
hmm
take that win.
Yeah, you'll take that win. You had a good week this week. We'll cover more of that when we pick our next game or next week. But overall, you did pretty well. Nice bounce back.
A little bit, yeah.
But this game was full of big plays. It opened up with the block punt. A&M struck back with a long touchdown. Nice spin move. Pretty impressive. And it's like, okay, let's lock in. We have ourselves a ball game right here. And it definitely did not disappoint. 41 to 40. I did not see that coming. I was thinking more of a defensive slugfest. Whew.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Definitely one that you have to catch your breath afterwards. But where does Notre Dame go from here?
God, I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah,
who do they got next week?
let's see. I believe they have, I want to say Boise, but I could be
Purdue.
mistaken.
Purdue.
Purdue. Okay,
Oh,
that's
and
a
then that's an easy game. Then they go to Arkansas. And I don't think that's an easy game by any means.
no, not at all. Not at all. That was always
Yeah.
one that I was thinking before the season, like, okay, this is trap game material. I don't think it's a trap game necessarily now because Notre Dame's in a do or die situation, but it's definitely not an easy game.
Yeah, I mean every game other than that, I feel like they're gonna win. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's and then Texas A&M, they're poised for a they're in a good position right now, in my opinion.
yeah.
Whew. Again, that was definitely one heck of a game. But the game right before that, I thought that was going to be the game we lead the show with. Georgia 44, Tennessee 41. Another game where it's like, okay, I got to catch my breath after this one because both quarterbacks showed out. How was that game?
Yeah, that game caught me by surprise. I took the under in that game, and pretty soon into that game, I knew the under was not hitting.
Yeah.
Joey Aguilar, he proved me wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
I said never seen a defense like Georgia's, and he made Georgia's defense look terrible. I mean, putting up 41 points is crazy. But yeah, for Tennessee to lose that game, I don't know. I don't know how they lost that game, but yeah, big win for the Bulldogs for sure.
Yeah. These are two games where I feel like the home team lost more than the road team won. Obviously, the road team had to have done enough to win the game, but Tennessee had that game won. But Josh Heupel got very conservative late, settled for a long field goal. I mean, I think it's a long field goal in college football. Missed it, overtime, kicked the field goal in overtime, and then it was just over. Georgia ran the ball down their throat. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I feel like they had all three timeouts at the end of that game, and once they got past the 50, they were like just milking the clock and letting the clock run down, and then yeah, not the time management was terrible in my opinion. And they kicked the field goal with 7 seconds left with a timeout.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, why not run and take the chance of getting an extra 5, 10 yards or something, and then making the field goal easier? Because a 40-yard field goal is not a gimme.
no, especially in college football. And a high stake situation, obviously any kicker's dream to be in that position to win a game, but it's also any kicker's nightmare to be in that same situation. It's kind of a catch-22 where like, okay, they want to be in this position, but the pressure is so immense. I definitely have a lot of sympathy for that. That's a tough situation to be in. And I felt Tennessee was outplaying Georgia for the most of that game. Aguilar looked awesome. Had after the second quarter, into the third quarter, offense lost a lot of mojo. But then Chris Brazzell had some razzle dazzle. That dude was just like catching jump balls left and right. Early in the game, he had, I believe, two receiving touchdowns. One of them was one of the worst defensive pass interference attempts I've ever seen, where the defender tried to tackle the receiver, didn't come close. Brazzell caught it, ran for a touchdown. And, Brazzell,
Yeah,
6 catches, 3 touchdowns, 177 yards in a loss. Ugh.
yeah, that dude's making plays, but so was Gunnar Stockton. I mean,
Yeah.
that dude had he threw for 300, had like 40 rushing, three total touchdowns. Yeah, Gunnar Stockton played his butt off.
Yeah. Georgia also has a run game now. I know last year they had the second worst rush offense in the SEC, and now almost 200 yards, I believe 198 against Tennessee. That's definitely turning the corner. Georgia's a team to watch out for. I thought they were poo-poo after that Austin P game, but no, turns out they're actually pretty fine.
Yeah, I mean their schedule's not pretty fine though. I mean
Yeah.
they got Alabama next week. They play at Auburn 2 weeks after that. Ole Miss, Florida, at Georgia Tech, at Texas, or no, they got Texas at home. But yeah, they definitely needed this win. That helps them for sure.
Yeah, and I'm also concerned about both these teams' defenses. I think Georgia a little bit more so. I'm just not completely sold on their defense yet. And I think they did get bailed out. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities for Tennessee. Tennessee just they just choked. And it seems like a common theme in the last what, 9 games now in this series that they've lost, where they had the lead early, they had all the momentum, and then somehow, some way, they end up losing the game in the most heartbreaking fashion. I get it. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. So what Tennessee did, it reminds me of the Cleveland Browns to a T.
Yeah. Yeah, Georgia going forward. I mean, Tennessee, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not used to seeing Georgia's defenses giving up 41 points, so
Yeah.
that's something new.
Yeah. I know they did it against my Buckeyes a couple years back in the playoffs, and they still somehow managed to win. I just don't understand how they do it.
Maybe they're just lucky with field goal kickers at the end of games.
I know. I was getting some PTSD in that one. Like, oh no, this is hurting me. Like, not again. Flashbacks. But yeah, that was one heck of a game. What's with special team miscues, losing games? Notre Dame, Tennessee. Whew. But we move on. Miami, USF. We both had USF at least be respectable in this game. I wonder if three straight top 25 opponents was just too much for them. You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling that this could happen. I had a feeling this could happen, but yeah, USF, yeah, the magic is over. You're
Mm-hmm.
right on that one. But yeah, I mean, and Miami's just a really good football team. Carson Beck is playing lights out. Their
Mm-hmm.
weapons are playing really good. I do think Caleb Daniels, he got hurt in that game. So we'll see going forward if like how bad he is actually hurt. But yeah, their freshman receiver Ball had another good game. Tony, I believe his last name is. But yeah, I think Miami's the real deal, dude.
Yeah, Caleb Daniels also had another spectacular grab in this game. He's just all he does is do highlight real plays. He's definitely a fun one to watch. I expect him to play on Sundays coming soon.
Yeah, I think the crazy catch that he had is the play that he got hurt on, but I'm not for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was just a demolishment. But let's not talk about the bad and how we're talking about the bad special teams plays. Let's talk about the good special teams plays. And a game that I was wondering if we are going to open the show with, but we had two spectacular games. Georgia Tech stunning Clemson. Now, some people may say that was an upset. In my opinion, that wasn't an upset. Georgia Tech should have been the favorite. And they walked it off with a fire drill field goal. And not just any fire drill field goal, a 55-yarder. And for those unfamiliar with what a fire drill field goal is, that's when the offense runs a play, is tackled in bounds, the clock keeps on ticking. It's like 20 seconds, less than 20 seconds. Tick, 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 tick. The special teams unit runs out onto the field, gets in this position, kicks it. It's good. Pretty impressive, especially in the college level. Anytime you see a fire drill field goal, it's a spectacle. And I'm like, and while watching it live, I'm always like, oh, come on. They got to hurry up. They got to hurry up. They got to hurry up. And hey, they got it off, kicked it. Good. Fans stormed the field. Spectacle. But is Clemson in shambles? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it hurts that they don't have Antonio Williams, probably their best offensive weapon.
Hmm.
So obviously that hurts, but yeah, I mean, they're not doing too good. Cade Klubnik just tripping on Ghost,
Yeah.
fumbling the ball. Not, I don't know. He's just not, he doesn't look like himself out there. I mean, he had 200 passing yards, 62 rushing yards. So, I mean, yeah, but that's not going to get it done when you got Haynes Keen throwing for 200 and running for 115. But for Georgia Tech, I don't know how that's going to work later in the season for Haynes King. I don't
Yeah.
think they can just run him 25 times a game like they've been doing. But I mean, I think he had injury issues last year, so I mean, hopefully they can get Jamal Haynes going. Their running back that only had 26 yards a day. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Georgia Tech, man. They beat my Colorado Buffs week 1. Now they beat my Clemson Tigers week 3. So yeah, me and Georgia Tech has beef right now.
I love Georgia Tech. I had them covering both games. And hey, Haynes King is doing good for me. I'm a Haynes King believer. And you know, every week I change my Heisman pick. So why won't I stop, you know? Haynes King for Heisman. He is my week 3 Heisman winner. Let's go. But you're right. I don't know how sustainable it is to run him up the middle 20 times a game. Kind of reminds me of what Notre Dame did with Riley Leonard last year. It got them to the national championship game, but Riley Leonard was clearly exhausted during that national championship game against Ohio State. And I don't know if Haynes King and the Georgia Tech offense can sustain that, especially if they got to do it every week in the regular season. But I love it right now. It's fun. He's my September Heisman winner for now.
Yeah, I mean, and going forward for Georgia Tech, their ACC schedule is very, very, very weak. They don't play
Yeah.
SMU, they don't play Miami, they don't play Florida State. So, I mean, going forward for Georgia Tech, I mean, they got Georgia at the very end of the season, but that's a home game. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Georgia Tech, they're sitting pretty right now.
And that's the non-conference game as well. So,
Yeah.
that helps them too. I don't think Clemson has a necessarily difficult schedule, but you got key games versus SMU, versus Florida State. I think at Louisville late in the season on a Friday night could be difficult. It's a tough road ahead for Clemson. They need to show me more, and maybe you're fighting Bill Belichick so you can give them a little run for their money. You never know. It's not looking good for them. And it's not good to lose a conference game and an out of conference game and start 1-2 in September when you have national championship aspirations.
Yeah. I think they were 9-3 last year, right? And they got in the playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well that's not gonna happen this year. I think one more loss and they're done. So I feel like they're in the same boat as Notre Dame. They kind of need to win out. Clemson has a tougher schedule, so I feel like if they can beat Florida State, SMU, and Louisville, that's gonna definitely help them out a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah, they definitely need to gain Antonio Williams back. I feel like he could help make a big difference on offense. But yeah, going forward for Clemson, yeah, one more loss and they're done.
Yeah, especially with Miami. Miami's got a defense this year. The offense is still rolling. Florida State looks like the Florida State of the old. SMU still looks decent. It's and obviously Georgia Tech is controls their own destiny in the conference. It's definitely a little bit more wide open than Clemson would have liked.
Yeah.
But that was heck of a game. Some of the nightcap games, other than Notre Dame, A&M, just weren't so great. And I'm talking about LSU, Florida, and South Carolina, Virginia Tech. Two games marred by, well, LSU, the South Carolina, Virginia Tech game. Lenore Seller got injured. Not good. And LSU, Florida game. Whew. DJ Lagway. Whew. What did DJ Lagway do against
Yeah.
LSU?
5 interceptions, dude. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, sometimes quarterbacks throw interceptions, and you're like, oh well, the receiver could have made a play right there or something. But like, no, they were bad throws. Like I feel like a couple of them, like he was trying to throw the ball away, and he just didn't get the ball to the sideline like he was planning on, and it ended up being
Hmm.
an interception. But yeah, Florida, yeah, their defense. I mean, to only allow 20 points at LSU and still lose, that's got to be really frustrating for their defense.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like LSU's offense didn't do much, and this is the third week in a row where I'm like, okay, when is Garrett Nussmeier and the LSU offense gonna get rolling? They scored 17 week one against Clemson. I get it. Clemson had high aspirations earlier, preseason, and everybody thought, okay, that's a really good win. But now looking back, maybe it's not that great of a win. So 17 then, 23 last week, 20 this week. When is that LSU offense gonna get rolling?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, Garrett Nussmeier doesn't look that good. They're not getting a lot of their skill guys involved. The run game's just really not there. I don't know. I mean, LSU's defense is lights out though. I know that.
Yeah, that is
Their
very true.
defense is it's like an opposite of the last couple of years where their offense was really good and their defense was really bad. Now their defense is really good and their offense is really bad. But I feel like that's not a negative thing, really. I mean, the offense, it's easier to get your offense better than your defense, in my opinion. So I feel like you just got to give Garrett Nussmeier some time, and he's got some new wideouts this year, and maybe the chemistry's just not there yet. But I mean, to beat Clemson and beat Florida, and to say your offense isn't that good is, I wish my team was in that situation.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And they got Southeastern Louisiana next week. That's a perfect opportunity to get the offense rolling, get some chemistry, iron some things out before they play at Ole Miss. And so in Ole Miss, narrowly beat Arkansas, who scored 34 against them. So, that's a perfect opportunity for LSU as well.
Yeah.
But South Carolina, um, at Vanderbilt. Did I say Virginia Tech last time? I don't remember. Like I said, it's kind of late. But South Carolina, Vanderbilt, whew, we did not see that. We should have. I know in the pregame show we said Vanderbilt blew out Virginia Tech. South Carolina barely kind of beat Virginia Tech by 13, where they needed special teams and everything to go right. So Vanderbilt should have probably maybe been favored. Well, maybe we were right because Vandy demolished South Carolina. Okay, yeah, Lenore Seller got hurt, but still,
Yeah, to give up 31 points at home to Vanderbilt is still very disappointing. I mean,
hmm
South Carolina's defense should be a lot better than that. But
hmm
I mean, maybe Old Dominion's better than all three of these teams.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe
that's
Old Dominion's better than all of them.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I think when Lenore Sellers went out, they were still down like 14-7 or something like that.
hmm
And yeah, I mean, they had no answer. Their backup, no answer. Uh And like you look at the box score, and Vanderbilt didn't really stand out. I mean, their leading rusher was a guy that had a jet sweep for 44 yards, and
yeah.
then their quarterback had 200 yards passing. So I don't even know how the score. I mean, I didn't watch many or much of this game because there was
hmm
other good games on. But yeah, man, I don't. Yeah, South Carolina's not looking too good, and yeah, I mean Vanderbilt's going to be ranked.
It also makes me wonder. Air Noland, five-star recruit, went to Ohio State, transferred to South Carolina, and he's not seeing the field after Lenore Sellers gets hurt. He's a dual threat quarterback. Figured he fit that offense perfectly, like a glove. And he's not out there. Is he not ready?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, I know you Ohio State fans are just so ready to claim Air Nolan when he takes over for South Carolina, takes him to the national championship. But but uh but yeah, he must not be ready or something, man, because yeah, their backup they brought in was no good.
Yeah, but maybe Vanderbilt's that good. I mean, we should prepare ourselves for a world where Vanderbilt is ranked in the top 15. Because I think it's coming.
Yeah, it very well could. I mean, Vanderbilt was hot last year too. I mean, they beat Bama. They took Texas to the wire. I mean, they were a good football team last year, and they returned probably 70% of that team, I would think. So, yeah, I mean, maybe we're sleeping on Vanderbilt a little bit. I know they have a really tough schedule coming up. They play in Bama. They got Texas. Uh, they still got Tennessee. So, I mean, they have a tough road ahead of them. But today was a big step for them going forward.
Yeah. Now, a team that needs to take a big step is, we mentioned before, Virginia Tech, who got blown out at home by Old Dominion. I think they're going to take a step and get rid of their coach, Brent Pry. I feel like he is the first coach on the chopping block in 2025.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that guy. Getting drilled by Old Dominion. I think they were down 31 nothing to Old Dominion at home.
Hmm.
Like how do you come into a stadium at 7:30 to enter Sandman and just get blown out by Old Dominion at home? That is embarrassing, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Billy Napier getting fired first, but nope, I think it's definitely Virginia Tech's head coach.
Yeah, I agree.
So, who do you have as your player of the week this week? I feel there's a lot of great options.
Well, I'm gonna take you to a game that we didn't really touch on, and it's Duke and Tulane. Sounds like Duke paid for the wrong quarterback because my boy Jack Retzel, I believe, yeah, Jack Retzel, 245 yards passing, zero touchdowns, right? You're like, okay, 245 yards and zero passing touchdowns. That's probably not a good game for a quarterback. And he's like, all right, I'll get 111 yards and four rushing touchdowns. So yeah, Jack Retzel, player of the week. He showed Darian Mensah that he left the wrong team. I mean, I know Darian Mensah got like I think they said the number was 7.5 million for I think like 2 or 3 years at Duke. So I mean,
Hmm.
you can't really complain with that guy. I mean, 7.5 million is a lot of money. But yeah, Jack Retzel and Tulane, man, player of the week.
I could tell you who isn't my player of the week, and that's Arch Manning. He had an awful outing once again. Is there something wrong with him? Is he hurt?
I don't know. I mean, Steve Sarkisian kind of cleared that up in a press conference earlier this week and said that he was fine.
Well,
And I mean, I don't think he's either hurt or he's just really bad at football. I don't know.
yeah, he can't complete a pass. He threw a really bad interception. I believe he was 11 of 25 for the day against UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio. Like, oh, that's just not gonna get it done. Only has 69 yards. Nice. Passing at half. It's just not gonna get it done. But my player of the week who did get it done, Marcell Reed. South Bend, Indiana. We opened the show with it. I was not expecting Texas A&M to be able to score 41 points at Notre Dame. It was one heck of a performance. And when you have the walk-off touchdown, or practically walk-off, I believe there's like 10 seconds left after they scored, it, it's it's very impressive.
Yeah, that dude surprised me. I mean, I knew Marcel Reed was all right, but yeah, to go into South Bend and put up 41 points that's really impressive. Not many people do that.
Mm-mm. Looking at his stats right now against Notre Dame, he had 360 yards passing, and he had another 37 on the ground. So that's over 400 yards for Marcel Reed in that game. Or I guess almost 400 yards. 397 yards. Baller. Put the team on his back, won that game.
Yeah,
But
yeah, great.
it's it's getting late. We're tired. We're about passed out. That's it for hot takes and game breaks. We'll see you guys later in the week when we break down week 4. Till then, your boy Matt Nepper, Taylor Druckenmiller. Go Buckeyes!
Go blue.